All right, I'm starting. It's been a while. Hey, this is Alvin.
Han! Hey, what's up? It's Parapants.
Oh wow, it is. It's loud. It's louder than it was during my test. I don't know. All right. Hey, we've been away for a while.
Through no fault of mine, I.
Really? Because I was just about to say it was all your fault that we haven't done a show in like
Yeah, you
six
know
months.
what? Alvin is like, I don't want to do it. I just want to watch anime and not have to do a show. And this sucks. And my balls itch.
You know what? I watched a lot of anime, so I'm not even mad. I will take responsibility for it though because I was like, okay, let's just do one show. We could do one show, and I picked the worst fucking show.
Oh, absolutely.
No, but check it out. It was fun at first to make you watch a boob show because it's like, hey, you like that? You like all these titties all over the screen? But
Well,
then, go ahead.
yeah, I'm glad you had fun.
And then you'd pieced out, and I'm like, well, I guess I gotta finish it. And I'm like, this is boring. Where's Parafans? So I.
So it was only fun
Oh,
by making me suffer through it.
I should say that we're referring to Masou Gakuen HxH.
Ending on a high note there.
I think we got 4 episodes in, and my plan. I hope we're not blowing it out. I don't know. All right. My plan was okay. Parapants can't take any more of this, but it's only 12 episodes or 13 episodes. I could finish that.
You know, it wasn't even the boobs and the butts that, that just ended it for me. It was the fact that it was just so boring and not sexy.
No,
If it were sexy, and if the titty grabbing was just over the top and funny, and there was a good story behind it, I would have been along for that.
no, I would have stayed with it too. Did you want more?
No, I'm just saying I'm not a prude. I would have stayed along for that. I mean, like I think Keijo is great.
Yeah, yeah. But, I mean, in the end, there just wasn't enough there. Like, I remember the first episode I tried to watch by myself. I thought it lasted an hour, and I looked, and it was literally just like 20 minutes. I'm like, I can't do this. I can't watch any more of this. So, yeah, I'm giving up. I've given up on Masou Gakuen, and I will never try to watch a show just because it has tits again. Just because, like,
Oh my God, this is the first.
no, I'll still watch tits. You'll see with my my little foray into hentai that I'll discuss later.
Oh boy.
But yeah, I'm willing to. That was totally. It was a learning experience. I think we both learned, so it wasn't exactly my fault
I
because.
learned to never let you pick the anime again.
All right, you get to if next time we pick this up, you pick the one show. We're gonna do one show again, but you pick it. And I know you like to do this thing where you watch like 10 shows first. So you watch your 10 shows, and then you say, okay, this is the show.
All right. Well, let's move on because we got a lot to get through.
Barely. Yeah, maybe. All right. So actually, I did watch a few things because I guess it wasn't that I didn't want to watch anime. It's just I didn't want to watch that anime. So I watched. You were away for some of these. I watched the original Gunbuster because I remember I was in high school and this friend of mine, he had a TV in his room first of all, which was like back then like 92 when you didn't have a lot of money. That was like wow. And he had a VCR and he had a copy of Gunbuster and we watched. One of the things we liked to do together was get together and watch anime. So I go over to his place and I see this copy of Gunbuster. I'm like, dude, let me watch that. I don't even know what this is. And he's like, no, man, it's stupid. You don't want to watch that. And I'm like, yeah, okay, just let me watch it. He's like, no, we're not watching it. And I'm like, what the fuck?
Man, he was angry.
But now I think I realize, I think he might have had porn on that tape. So maybe that's what it was.
That was another kind of buster.
And now, Nutbuster. So I never watched it, and then they did the sequel a few years ago, Die Buster, which was kind of wacky Gynax stuff, and I was always curious. So Parapants was out of town for a bit, so I made a list of things just to watch, and I watched that, and it was good. I mean, at the end I was like kind of depressed, and I'm like, it's so sad. And then I looked at who made it. It was Hideaki Anno, the guy who made Evangelion. So I'm like, thanks Anno for. I mean.
Wait, isn't that the same guy who suffered through depression or some shit?
He did. I thought he was only depressed when he made Evangelion, but I think he's been depressed his entire fucking life. Like, the whole thing about Gunbuster that's depressing is that it includes, like, faster than light travel, and these characters, when they go into this travel mode, what is mere seconds for them is months for everyone else. So characters, especially the main character, they go and they do missions, and they come back and people have died. Like friends they had as children are now old with children of their own, and the characters are just like they're just like what the everything's leaving me.
It's like everything I worked for, it's all for nothing. Damn, that is kind of depressing.
Well, not that it's all for nothing because they're fighting for the survival of a human race, but I mean maybe this is how he felt. He's like, look, I got to go to work every day to make these damn cartoons.
So what you're saying, like when he's done with a series, he comes back and his children are
I
all
guess,
gone.
yeah. He comes back and his kids are all old. He's like, what happened?
Oh, that's me. I don't mean to laugh at
Meh.
that dude's hardship.
But I mean, it probably wasn't just him; it was other people too. But it was good. It was a weird mix of like melodrama, comedy, and they really skimped on the action. I think. I mean, there was some action, but there was a lot of implied action where it's like nowadays you would have to show that shit. So I think they just like the last episode was in black and white, and all the space battles were stills panning across the screen for like literally for like 10, 15 minutes straight.
You know, I have a feeling this is going to be like a two-parter of Alvin and Parapants.
No, we're gonna do this whole motherfucking thing.
Oh, boy,
Oh,
no.
that's your way of saying I'm taking too long. All right, well that was Gunbuster. I watched that. We both watched Hozuki no Reitetsu.
That is a great show. I love that show.
Why did you like the show?
It's fun learning about like actual Japanese culture and like their folklore and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And that's not preachy or heavy-handed or too gimmicky. It's this guy who is like I guess the second in command of Hell or assistant to Enma, the king of Hell. He's just an asshole.
One of the kings of hell.
That's right. Well, Enma's the main king of Hell.
Yeah, he's like
I
the
think.
biggest king of hell.
He what's his name?
I think his name's Hozuki.
Hoseki?
Yeah,
Hoseki?
Hoseki.
Yeah, Hoseki is the
No,
the
it's Hozuki.
Hozuki?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, he's the assistant and the guy's just an asshole. And he revels in being an asshole.
Oh no, he doesn't revel.
Oh, yes, he does.
He silently and respectfully revels. You know what? I like him because he gets his shit done. And
That's all that matters to Alvin. If you're a ginormous asshole but you get shit done, then you have his respect.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I thought it was funny. I mean, I could go into all the different scenes, but that would take forever. But,
Yeah, like all the different characters, all the different levels. It's very imaginative, very colorful. The characters are great.
It almost seems like not a public thing, but it almost seems like something that was partially funded by the Japanese government to be like, hey, these kids don't know about our culture, so why don't you make something based on Japanese culture? Because it was so dedicated to promoting or that.
Yeah, exactly. I feel like they were actually teaching foreigners who these people were, who these gods and demons were.
Kind of. I mean, I wasn't mad, but like, why'd you have to make European hell be like such bitches?
Yeah, it was a tinge nationalistic because the Western pantheon of gods or whatever or of gods and demons they were just such little bitches. And I mean, if you actually compared like the two types of hell side by side, Western hell and Eastern hell, Western hell is just miserable. It's just there's no fun wackiness going on there. It's like it's a terrible place.
I feel like it's a nitpicky thing to say, but I mean, Satan was such a little bitch. I mean, they didn't make him badass in any way. From beginning to end, he was just.
I mean, like I look at like the way they depict like Japanese demons, and they always look cool,
Yeah.
and Western demons always look like just horrifying and just creepy. But I don't know, maybe that's just my bias.
Okay, all right. Well, that was Hozuki no Reitetsu. Great fucking show. Much better than Masou Gakuen HxH. Macross Delta. I watched that whole fucking thing, and I've decided I'm never gonna watch Macross again.
You know what? Who smelt that first?
No, check it out. I watched the first couple episodes, and I'm like, this is like Gem and the Holograms with robots. This is gonna be fucking awesome.
No, I saw that and I said, this is garbage. I can tell you right now.
Why did you think it was?
Garbage.
Why?
Okay, one thing, like pairing too many idols, too much singing, not enough just going out there and fighting.
All right, oh, that's another thing. I didn't mind the idol stuff at first because I was kind of indifferent. By the end, I was so sick. I was so fucking sick of idol music.
I could just tell there was just too many idols, and for one thing, like the idols, not enough of their personalities came out for me.
Well, I mean, you didn't watch it long enough to see anything.
No, but like there was still an introduction of the idol. I just felt like there was nothing. They just seemed so bland.
Well, check it out. All right, there was one. All right, I don't know if I should
Except
go.
for like the main chick, the big idol, like
The main chick with the big purple hair.
yeah. I kind of liked her. I felt like there was something sneaky going on.
Well, it turns out she was. I'm just. There's going to be spoilers throughout this whole fucking show, so. Yeah, I'll put that on the description. All right, there was if I can remember, there was main chick with the big hair, green-haired hacker, red-haired, maybe twin tail or ponytail chick that was like close to the hacker. I think she was a mechanic. And there was a stage manager type chick who, it turns out, used to be the head of the group before the purple blue-haired person came. And that's all I can fucking remember. Oh yeah, it turns out the big hair chick is an artificial life form created with protoculture technology slash archaeology, and
So she is actually Synergy.
I guess yeah, and it comes like she's like the big thing they have to like combat at the end. She's not evil, but she gets mind controlled. I'm going back to idol music. All right, in other Macross in like incantations or variations that I've seen, it's been either one chick or two chicks singing, which is like even if you're not big on the songs, it's tolerable. When you have these shrill bitches fucking going at it, it hurt my fucking head. So I couldn't do it. I don't like idol songs. I don't know why people like idol songs. It sounds like people yelling. It doesn't sound like singing. It sounds like yelling.
Oh no, I wouldn't agree with that.
Japanese female harmony is totally lost on me.
No. Because there's chocolate.
Chocolate? What the fuck's
Wait.
that? You
No,
mean perfume?
perfume. Why did I get chocolate? Because they have like chocolate disco, I think.
Yeah, but they're also heavily voice modulated.
They are, but I still like their music. And you know what? Those bitches are old, so I respect them a lot more.
I would not listen to Perfume if they didn't sound basically like fucking computers. All right, so
They're like the Daft Punk of Japanese idol.
That's fine. But yeah, Macross Delta. I just by the end. I mean, I wish I did a Macross Delta show so I could talk about what I hated. But it's like, all right, the main enemies were these Windarian people who could so much about the wind. Like it was like Smurf. It's like, hey, did you wind my wind? Oh, he's riding the wind. Oh, that wind is bad. Oh, that wind is great. And it's like, what the fuck? And between them talking about the wind and talking about protoculture and deculture, most of the shit did not make any fucking sense.
Yeah, like when you have too much of this like in-story techno babble, you come off as very pretentious.
Yeah, and those guys just were the whole time they're all right. So the Windarians are pissed off, and they want to control the whole galaxy because I guess there was some kind of.
Could they have come up with a worse name, Windarians?
Wind. I think they're Windarians. I think they're. But like
they should have called themselves the Gaelics. Get it?
Gaelic? Why? Because they were gay? Oh, Gale. Gale. Gale X.
The Gaelic.
With an X.
I guess on an X.
All right. So these guys are pissed off, and every time they're like, "Why are they pissed off?" They pan to a smoking crater, and they're like, "Never again," and then they don't explain it. I'm like, that's for the whole series, except at the end, they're like, "Oh, the United whatever space people used a big super bomb on us."
You mean a giant like alien dude just didn't snuff out a cigarette on their planet?
No. It was like the bad guys, I guess America or the UN, bombed them.
Never again.
Now they're like, well, now we got to take over the whole fucking universe, and I'm so scatterbrained on this. I could go into it, but yeah, I watched that, and I wish I didn't.
And also, you want to get into like the stupid made-up forced love triangle?
Oh, it was horrible. I mean, it wasn't a love triangle. It was like a line and a dot because.
Was that dude interested in either of them? What's his name?
No, he was way interested. He was interested in what was her name?
The idol girl?
Yeah, I want to call her Ronka Lee, but that was the Macross Frontier chick.
Ronka Lee too.
Yeah, Ronka Lee. But the Apple chick. Like they were totally like it got to the point where he would start to like her music particularly was affecting him. So she would sing and he would like start to pass out and like she was like, "Oh, I don't know if I want to sing anymore because it freaks this guy out." I mean, the
Well,
whole
it turns out that it relaxes him so much that he jizzes his pants
no,
and falls
no.
asleep or something.
He actually experiences this weird gestalt where he has superhuman reflexes.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
But it also makes him lose control, and he could end up killing people. So, well, whatever. All right, so it's supposed to be a triangle. I apologize to whoever's listening to this because as bad as this show is, it deserves a better breakdown. Go listen to fucking Digibro or something. I don't fucking know. All right, so love triangle my ass. It's like the whole time he's digging this chick who with the apples and shit, and every once in a while he'll have a moment with the other chick, and he'll be like, "Hey, thanks a lot. Yeah, you're a great person," and that's it. And of course, the other chick is like, "What are these feelings?" But he feels nothing
the other
for
chick
her.
is like the granddaughter
Of Max and Miria,
yeah.
yeah. She's like a part Zentradi, stick up her ass. And everybody that dogfights her is like, "You think too much when you fly." And she's like, "Oh, what does that mean?" And it just keeps going for the whole show. But I mean, I went to my anime list and they're talking about like, "Oh, I'm so glad that he got with that girl instead of the other girl." I'm like, there was no chance of him ever getting with the part Zentradi girl. There was nothing there. Nothing. She kind of wanted him, but I think she also, it was like, oh, she felt something that she hadn't felt before. It wasn't him. Maybe it was him. I don't know. Either way, it was gay. Who cares? What's not gay? Shokugeki no Soma. I'm not done with it. I'm into the second season.
Can't go wrong with Shokugeki.
While you were away, I was watching like 2 or 3 episodes of that a night.
I actually watched for those who don't know, I was away in Texas, like that matters. But yeah, I showed Shokugeki no Soma to some friends of mine who don't watch anime and think
But they have training as chefs.
But yes, but they have training as chefs and they never really heard of the show, and I introduced it to them, and the entire time, like, this is ridiculous. Why is everybody naked? Why are they eating food and getting orgasms? Food doesn't do that.
Not their food.
Yeah, not their food. And just lots of complainings from these two normies talking about like this is perverted. And then
I still kind of like it.
but I retire for the night, and I still hear a lot of giggling from them in the next room because they're still watching the show.
Oh, really? They were watching without you?
Yeah, they were watching without me. They got really into it. They got like several episodes into the first season, and then they asked me like, how long does the season go? And I said, well, they actually have a second season. He's like, there's more?
Yeah.
So it was pretty funny.
Yeah. Basically, I mean, I hate it. I don't hate it, but like I like it the least when they're actually like not cooking. Like all I want is like cook some amazing shit and then spend half an hour telling me what's in it and why it's amazing. And I just like how I think I've talked about this before, like the people in anime that specialize in painting food, like I just want to see just shot after shot of that, just panning.
I don't
sizzling.
know. I don't know if my friends were bullshitting me, but whenever like Soma or some other character on the show would go into like why a dish worked, I would ask my chef friends like, could that really work? Could that really? And they were like, yeah, you could do that.
Yeah. Well, next time you're over there, that you should demand that they have a shokugeki between them.
I know, exactly. We should. No, they're too boring for that. Like
Aw.
only interesting people would do something like that. But somebody really should try to recreate some of that food.
Well, maybe they have. All right. Well, those shows, Gunbuster, Hozuki no Reitetsu, Macross Delta, and Shokugeki no Soma. That's what we've actually finished or almost finished. I want to take a little... Should I go over this hentai stuff?
Well, no, I actually went over more other stuff too. You're forgetting the stuff.
Well,
I
now,
went
is
over.
it here? Because if it's here, I want to talk about it later.
Okay, that's fine.
Yeah, this is like the...
Okay. I really think your hentai should be a different show.
Aw. I wanted to talk about hentai.
You want to
Can I be really quick? Because I don't want to do a different show, that's why.
Oh,
All right.
God.
I discovered there's a lot of fan-subbed hentai out there. I didn't know that. I knew there was hentai, but like I didn't know the scale. So real quick, Takara Chigashi no Natsu Yasumi translates to summer vacation, part of the treasure hunt. I don't know what the fuck. That one's good because it's really well done 3D. I think the plot is a boy's waiting for a bus and some chick pushes him down and sucks his dick, and that's it. But the 3D is really good, I think.
I really think this should be a separate show.
Well, I've already started it. Can I run
Yeah,
through it?
no,
I'll never do this again.
oh god.
Secret Journey. It's based on the works of Poju. He's really good, and that show's okay, but it's like shot for shot from his comic, and like sometimes they just redraw the shot, and then they don't even animate it. They just kind of like tween and squash and stretch, and that gets a little annoying. Actually, I noticed a lot of that in the shows I watch, but I think that's kind of the new normal. And I guess if it helps get the thing out under budget, that's fine. So, how you doing over there? Don't say anything. This is my segment. uh, so should I say what it's about now? Buta no Gotoki Sanzoku ni to. Why do they give them such long names? Just call it Buta no Gotoki. It's a beast woman and a some knight warrior woman are captured, and the people that captured them are like, "Hey, we're gonna have a dick sucking contest." That one, it's very hard to find hentai with big women in it, and these are pretty big, I guess. But yeah, it's all right. Another one like that is what? No. Uh-oh. Yeah, Haha Musume. It's got a long name, and I'm just gonna call it Haha Musume. Uh, yeah, I'm just gonna say that the chick in that one is really big too. And Watashi ga Toriki ni natte yaru. I forgot what. Oh, Toriko ni natte yaru. That one was funny. Some guys bullied into taking video of chicks in a girl's locker room, and one thing leads to another, and fucking ensues. And I thought it was really funny. And Parapants is just kind of looking at me. Do you want to know why I thought it was funny? There's just a lot of physical gags and a lot of. It was very humorous. Okay, but anyway, yeah, hentai's out there. Go get it. Do you want to talk about the fall season? Why you give me that look?
Just go.
Okay, so we watched a lot of fall. We watched a lot of fall shows. Well, we not watch, but started. Did you finish? No,
I
fall's not
give
over.
it as much as I question Digibro's taste in anime.
Don't call out people with lots of subs.
Uh, look, I just don't like some of that. Like, I'm sure he doesn't like the things that I like. I don't really like the stuff that he likes, but I will say he's absolutely right about this. Like, give it the one episode
Oh yeah,
test.
definitely.
Definitely, and I went with that. I went with his advice. I'm like, I'm only giving it one show, and it helped me, skim a lot of fat.
Hmm. Okay, I'm just gonna go down the list here. Drifters, the one where they die and they go to that dude in the hallway.
Yeah, I have to come back to that one, but I was intrigued. I want to come. I want to go back to that one.
That one dude looked way too much like a girl. I know they do that. I know they like doing that, but come on, I don't know. But yeah, it did look good. I like the heavy black lines and shit. Yuri on Ice.
No, no. The one thing about Drifters, though, that it's like,
Okay, or
hold
Drifters.
on, like the Drifters is it's one of those Nobunaga and some other warriors, and I don't know what it is. Do they only have like three heroes or whatever in
No,
Japan
no. If you watched that one show, I keep
with the
fucking
swords?
no, no, no. There's I can't remember the name of it, but there's a lot of heroes.
Okay, I just you just see Nobunaga a
Oh yeah.
lot. I mean, like it's as if every other show about American history that we have here would be about, I don't know, Thomas Jefferson. Always talking about Thomas Jefferson. Always talking about or Alexander Hamilton, I guess, or
No.
whoever, or Lincoln. Oh, you know what? You know what? We do the same thing. We always talk about Lincoln, and
Do
no,
we?
no,
No, we don't.
yeah. I mean, yeah. We always like Lincoln's got what several movies, or because some of the biggest events are around Lincoln, in America's history are around Lincoln or Washington or JFK. Like you're never going to see a movie about Grover Cleveland. So
No, I guess not.
no, I'm just like every time you do like historical Japan, I see Nobunaga every fucking where, and I just feel like I'm going to be educated about something.
All right, I'm sorry. While she's talking, I'm trying to look up this one fucking show. I've done this before where I've tried to bring up this show. It's got all these fucking warriors in
Is
it.
Moose a game?
You know, it's like a Muso show. It's like, remember when the guy would just screaming back to his
Oh yeah, yeah, I
he's
do.
like Yuki something, and he's like Oyakata sama, and they would just scream and beat the shit out of each other. But
Oh yeah, yeah.
I can never remember the name of that fucking show. But that had a lot of different, generals and heroes in it.
Yeah.
So
Maybe I just don't like, generals and heroes.
yeah.
I think I just like all the demons and shit of Japan. I don't care about the generals.
All right, but Drifters was
It's
Drifters
interesting,
looked
yeah.
interesting, but I mean we didn't get to it. Yuri on Ice.
Oh, this is a hugely popular show. As I'm sure all of you know, and we must be like the worst anime watchers in the world because it just did not stick with me. I mean, I even gave it a couple of I gave it a couple of views, like a couple of episodes, and I'm like, I do not fucking care about this guy. I don't care if he ever wins.
I bounced after one episode. I liked how they rotoscoped people ice skating, although you can always tell with anime and the rotoscoping, it's convincing up until they get to the face, and then it's like they're like, oh, what do I do with this fucking anime face? Because anime heads don't exactly work in 3D in real life, so there's a little flubbing there, and like there was a little weirdness with the feet touching the ground, I thought, and I think they maybe compensated for that by
Dude,
fucking with the
nobody's
camera.
caring about that.
I'm explaining my feelings
Okay.
and what the show brought out of me. Maybe, if maybe you could have helped me with my hentai segment, asking me some questions.
I had
Maybe you could have
no
learned.
comment on
You could have
any
learned
of
something
that.
about yourself
No comment
instead
on
of closing
it.
your mind.
I don't know anything about it. Keep going.
I'm gonna do another hentai segment just to piss you off. All right, Yuri on Ice. Yeah,
Like I guess because it's about ice skating, don't really care about ice skating, and and usually like the Fujoshi in me would be totally on board with this hinted at, or is it overt now? I'm not sure. I heard there was some developments. This romance between Victor and Yuri, but I don't know. I just kind of found the show overall very melodramatic and just kind of bland.
You know what it is? You're spoiled now. It used to be you would get maybe one Fujoshi show a year, and you'd be like, "Oh, thank you, Jesus." Now they're doing like 6 or 7. Well, not 6 or 7, like 1 or 2 every season. And now you're like, I'm not feeling it. You would have been all over this shit 20 years ago.
No. I wouldn't have.
What did they have
because I mean there have been other things that I just were very lukewarm on.
What was the one with the 2 cops when they were gay? Bronze?
No, fake.
Would you rather watch this or Fake?
Um.
They're the only Fujoshi
Fake?
shows that
No,
year.
no, you can't compare Fake to this. Fake was ridiculous. It was
No.
a '90s comic.
No, I'm saying you're in the 90s, and you're going after fan subs. You got to get tapes from people. You don't know what they are, and
Oh, Fake hands down because Fake. Okay,
Aw.
Fake was a comedy and it was stupid. I mean, like if you watch Fake, okay, I'm sorry we're getting off here, but to any like yaoi or BL fan who's ever watched like Fake, it was so ridiculous. I swear it was about 2 cops in New York. Every single cop at the New York precinct was gay and they wore suspenders.
oh yeah.
I'm like, this is the most unrealistic impression of New York I've ever seen, and it was fun and it was goofy. Yuri on Ice is just melodrama, and you know, I I'm not like you. I just can't like, hey, here's some like erotic stuff for me to get into. Who cares about the story or the characters? I just want to see boobs touching other boobs.
Whoa. That's not the case. I had reasons, but you didn't really care enough to figure them out. It's okay.
Oh, I'm sorry. Well, I'm not asking you to chime in on this. I'm just saying that Yuri on Ice it just really didn't do much for me.
I'm just busting your balls. I hated it too. Keijo is great. I want to finish it.
God, I hate to admit it, but I actually like that fuck. I felt more fighting spirit in Keijo than I did in Yuri on Ice.
Yuri on Ice isn't about fighting spirit. It's about being a soft boy.
I mean, Keijo, those girls have fucking heart.
I don't know if it's. I feel like this is kind of a new thing. Like, what trends in anime, girls with regional dialects. I don't remember seeing
I've
so
seen
much
a
of it.
lot of that too. I've seen a lot of people like like a lot of Kansai dialect just speaking people in anime and manga now. I don't know what's going on with that.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not Japanese, so I barely notice it.
Yeah.
But yeah, whatever. I mean, it's all about fighting with your tits and butts anyway. That's cool. Shumatsu no Izeta, the witch thing. We watched one episode of that.
Oh, so
It looked
boring.
like they spent $1 jillion on it, and I was bored out of my fucking mind.
I mean, I wanted to respect it, but if it just been about this princess or whatever and on the run from this assassin, I would have been on board. But they had to insert this magical girl bullshit in a tank, and I'm like, you know what? I'm done. I'm done. If there had been some intrigue and some cat and mouse play going on, but no, it's got to be like some magical girl bullshit, and I just thought it was just kind of forced in there. It didn't belong. It just felt weird. The whole idea of an alternate Germany, like a fantasy Germany, World War II, is intriguing. That would have been kind of fun to watch, but yeah, and you know what? Maybe I'm not being fair because we only saw the first episode.
No,
But
no, you remember? Did you, bro? One episode test.
oh well, one episode test. But the moment I got wind of this chick, this magical girl chick, I'm like, I'm out. I'm tapping out.
Yeah, I think whenever Japan goes to old Germany, 99% of the time I'm bored out of my mind. It seems like they're fascinated by it. They're like, we gotta. I think like they have something in mind that's like, oh, Germany was like this. You had like people with thick faces and mustaches and lederhosen, and I think they have like a big book of reference that they always go to, and I always find it incredibly boring. I mean, it looks nice, the nature is nice, but I'm just like, eh.
Yeah, we should show this to our German neighbors and like, hey, how German is this? Do you think?
They're like, why are you showing this? I do not watch cartoons. I am an adult. Nanbaka. We're still watching that.
So far, my favorite show of the season. Great, great, great show.
It is a pretty good show. I can't deny
Good
it.
show. It's a damn good show. And from what I understand, it's based on a web series. It's different, and it's kind of over the top. It kind of reminds me of what old anime, 90s anime was like. Before it got all moey and stupid.
Yeah, I can see this being like an OVA, maybe.
Yeah, and it's like lots of sparkles. Like it's like the culture club of anime. I don't know why there's so much colored hair and painted nails and sparkles in this. It's a pretty fabulous show.
Yeah.
And if you haven't seen it, it's about these kids. For some reason, they're kids. They're like teenagers in prison. They're like in the world's like toughest prison.
Mm-hmm.
And one of my favorite characters is the head guard Hajime, who's an asshole, but Alvin loves him because he quote unquote gets shit done.
He's got a job to do and he does it.
Yeah.
That gives you license to be an asshole.
No, it doesn't. Hajime abuses his power by beating the shit out of the inmates.
You know what? You gotta keep him in line.
Yeah. There's a couple of just character tropes that kind of break the rules a little bit.
Like what?
Not tropes, but well, Hajime, like the prison guard, he comes off as a villain, really.
No,
but
he doesn't.
No,
He's a great guy.
No, he is not a great guy. What
are you talking about?
Not a great guy. Anytime he says like, I won't hesitate to like, pound your organs. And
He said, "I will not hesitate to kill you if my job demands it."
I mean that's pretty. Yeah, that's pretty villain talk right there.
It's not villain talk. That's his job.
He's saying this, to like these really lovable characters.
They're prisoners. They're prisoners in a jail. You
They're
know what?
children.
Do you know why we're able to sit here in front of this computer made in China and do a podcast about Chinese cartoons? It's because
Chinese.
there are people out there that wholly dedicate themselves to doing their jobs. If everybody was just, letting shit fly and being easy breezy, we wouldn't have shit. We'd be living in holes. So I have an appreciation for people that just do their jobs.
Okay, don't listen to Alvin. He's full of shit. Okay, I don't know if it like these characters actually break the rules, but they're refreshing to see because I feel like I haven't really seen them in a long time in anime. As much as Hajime pisses me off with his overbearingness, he's actually a pretty likable guy in many other ways, and so many other characters are very likable too, and it's really funny.
All
Just
right.
plain old comedy. Just
No.
fuck it.
Yeah, makes you laugh. Trickster. I watched one episode and peaced out.
Okay, see, I like Trickster more than Yuri on Ice because I like the relationship, the budding relationship between like the two boys um, in the show. Like, there's the boy that's trying to kill himself. Forgive me, I can't remember the names. I don't really bother. I think it's Kobayashi. I think it's
Like, I
Kobayashi.
don't know. Shit.
Uh,
Look, there's one kid who's like, "Oh, get away from me! I want to kill myself." And then there's another kid who's too fucking genki for his own good. He's like, "Yay, I'm gonna run everywhere." And that's it. Those are your two main fucking characters. And eventually they'll fuck, but they won't.
no, they won't. It's not that kind of show. And I know, like, I just like it personally for my own reasons. I know that most people are probably not going to be on top of it. They're, but it's about boy detectives and there's a arch villain and it's corny, but I like it. I'm not really trying to defend it. I just like. I hope there's a second season.
I bring it up all the time, but it had that light novel feel where it's like we don't.
Not really.
It was like where we don't care if you get it or not. Here are the characters doing their thing and not giving you enough context to realize what's really going on. It just felt a little bit empty in its execution and whatever. I have tons of reasons for I didn't like it. But
No,
anyway.
I can see that. I can see that.
Flip Flappers.
Oh my God. Oh.
It wasn't. I mean, the thing is, it was
Flip
trying.
flap my hand on the remote to turn
Oh.
off the PC.
It was. I feel like it cared more about being art than being entertaining. But maybe I'm just not entertained by what it was. I'm not into whatever the fuck it was trying to say.
Yeah, I was just bored. I didn't like the setup. The setup was way too fucking slow.
Yeah, I know. It took a long time to try and get anywhere, and then it got there. I'm like, I don't like
Yeah,
where
and
we
then,
are.
yeah, exactly where it took a long time to build up, and then what it was building up to, I was just underwhelmed. I hear that Maho Shoujo Ikse is actually pretty good.
All right, well, that's not on the list. You're just going by what's on the screen and confusing the hell out of me.
I'm sorry. We should check that out though.
No, I got enough. I got to finish Shokugeki no Soma. All right, Flip Flappers didn't watch that. Bloodivores, great name, horrible fucking show. It was budget as fuck.
I hear the name Bloodivores, and it makes me think of the like some '80s toys,
Yeah.
like monsters or whatever that they have blood running through them or something.
Monsters with blood running through them? Oh, you mean like a
it's
toy?
Yeah, like a toy, like you squeeze it and you see the blood going through them.
No, that's what I say. It's a great name. I'm sure some people are kicking themselves for not coming up with that name for a toy or anything. But
It's just like Bloodivores.
I could tell by the first 5 minutes when most of the animation was like they let it was a CG card chase, and it's like, okay, you're letting the fucking computer do the heavy lifting on this. You don't have any money, and yeah, I was right. So yeah, not gonna finish that. All Out. I want to like it, but I am kind of bored by it.
I hate Bada, but I find myself oddly interested in this show.
I remember now
This
why.
show really loves to show men's ass.
Yeah, but I'm a little put off by like I know in anime and manga like they draw characters like they go off model from scene to scene depending on what they want to say, but I feel like the sizes just fluctuate so wildly, and like sometimes a guy will be in a shot and he'll look like fucking just buff and just bulgy and shit, and then there'll be other shots where he'll just be like kind of normal sized. And they really like.
You sure that's not when they do that for effect?
No, I think the artists that do this got confused from shot to shot because like sometimes they retain like the little boy faces, but they're stuck onto these like gigantic man bodies and they don't fit, and sometimes they are able to make them fit. I don't know. Like the main character that looks like he has pencil shavings coming out of his fucking head, he fits from head to toe. Like his whole design works. But like the guy who's supposed to be kind of shy, the blonde guy who I guess fucked up his friend and I don't want to fucking play rugby anymore. Like he goes from being a giant to just being like slightly tall with a big head. I don't know. The discrepancy just kind of got to me. I'm like, you guys, if you don't care enough to get your shit together, then I don't know if I want to watch it.
Ah, wow, you're straight.
Well, I can be. Listen next time for my next hentai show. Udon, Udon no Kuni no Kiniro Kemari. What the fuck is that? Hold on.
Oh,
Oh, that's the one you watched.
that's that Barakamon like wannabe show.
I just glanced over at it, and it did look exactly like Barakamon.
It looked exactly like Barakamon. Like the, it's still cute. I still like it, but yeah, it just feels like Barakamon.
How many episodes did you watch?
Oh, I think I got into seven.
Jesus Christ.
Episodes, yeah.
I could never get that deep into something I didn't like.
Well, I didn't say I didn't like it. I said it was cute. I mean, like the character, the little Tanuki character is cute, and that's really all that matters. He's not as cute as
The girl from Barakamon?
yeah, the girl. Oh God, I can't stand that. I can't remember her name.
It's all the same shit.
Was it Rin? It's usually Rin in
Yeah.
this cases, but yeah, she was like um, a true rascal. She was really fun. This Tanuki character Poco is just, it's just like your standard cuteness.
Token Ranbu Hanamaru. That was kind of fun.
I guess, but you know what? It's based on a game, right?
Yeah, it's based on a mobile game. Each character is a sword. I like how they talk about their lives as swords, and I like the premise. They just kind of go and they try to keep this evil force from fucking with history.
I think the premise is just a little too busy. It's just not very elegant.
What are you talking about? They're swords, and they got to go back and make sure that history is the same. It's another weird nationalist thing, protecting Japanese history.
Yeah, that's. Are they afraid? Is there some sort of like? Do they have some sort of like blank gate going on in Japan? Is there some sort of conspiracy?
I don't know what's going on in Japan, but they better keep making my cartoons. God damn it. But yeah, I kind of liked it, but obviously not enough to keep watching it because if it's between that and Shokugeki no Soma, I'm watching Soma. Cheating Craft. It was good for a laugh or two, but I'm not that interested. It's the one where they have the cheaters.
Yeah. I think one episode for me was enough.
Yeah, but Vivid Strike. You didn't watch this one. I liked that it was. It's weird because it looks just the look of it. If you just saw a screenshot, you'd be like, "This is the most generic shit." Let me bring it up so you can see it. Where is it? Vivid Strike. It's about this girl who I think I told you I watched it. Like, she's an orphan. Her friend's an orphan. There's one tough one who protects them, and the other one's like, oh man, I wish I wasn't so weak. And then the weak one gets adopted by a rich family, and also goes into martial arts. And then she's like, I fucking hate weak people. And yeah, and the one who used to protect her is like broke as fuck. And I don't know. She ends up being recruited by some little girl's martial arts gym. And you would think, oh, that sounds hella gay, but like the actual moves that they do they are really considered. Like the animation and just everything that you're looking at, it's like somebody who cares is working on this, which is confusing but satisfying. So I do hope I can get back to that. Soul Buster, I think this is the one that had the filter on it the whole time. Is it?
I kind of remember this.
Remember that guy? It's a lot of fog. He's in a library and he gets attacked by. You got to pick a card, and this card is something you protect with your life or something, and it's some chick.
Yeah, some chick.
The very fact that they thought they can get away with that fucking weird filter for the whole episode it's insulted me. I'm like, no, I would rather see your shitty drawing than try to look through a crap filter. And get all fucking confused and shit. So, yeah, that was immediate droppage on my part.
Soul Buster sounds like it belongs to something else.
Well, there's Soul. Fuck. There's another Soul one. Soul Bianca. Soul Eater. Yeah, there you go. You're probably thinking of Soul Eater. It's close to Soul Buster. But all right. So we watched one episode of that. Fuck it. Gakuen Handsome. Did we even finish that episode?
I did not watch that.
I think I watched that. I don't.
Those faces are scary.
I think it's based on something a little older, and I think the joke is just. Did I even watch this?
I don't think we watched.
I think I might have watched it a little. It's horrible. I don't care if you're trying to be funny. I can't watch that.
Maybe it's trying to be horrible.
I mean, I think I might have seen it, and the writing. I'm like, oh, maybe the writing will carry it. It didn't. No, it didn't.
It's It's drawn horribly to turn Fujoshi's off of BL and Shonen Ai
Yeah.
to
Okay.
get them to turn towards real men, so the
guess.
population can increase in Japan.
Maybe it's making fun of Fujoshi. It's like, is this what you want? Or it's like, this is what we see when we look at Fujoshi
You know,
shit.
if they really want to make fun of Fujoshi, they would make yaoi cartoons with these great big giant hands.
Yeah.
And remember, that was a
No,
thing.
no, was it hands or limbs?
No, it was limbs too, but there was a thing called yaoi hands.
Oh, I don't remember that.
Yeah, because the hands in early yaoi manga on the characters were huge. Just
I just remember those clamp limbs where they would just be like spider people, just so long and shit.
Yeah, sometimes the limbs would be a little long too, but oh my god, those hands were like everything else would be somewhat in proportion that you get to those hands.
Yeah. All right, well, yeah, Gakuen Handsome, fuck that. Bernard Joe Iwaku, we watched one episode of this. It was funny. I liked it.
Oh, it was very cute.
It's a short too, so it's got a low rating, but I'd like to keep going. I like the premise. This girl who wants to have the appearance of having read many books, but she finds books to be very boring. I can relate to that.
I don't think that if this show has a low rating, it just might be due to timing because it's actually pretty funny.
Yeah. Nobunaga no Shinobi. I watched that. I don't think you watched that. It was pretty cute. This girl meets Nobunaga, and she decides to dedicate her life to him because she's impressed by his resolve. But it's a gag thing, and if you saw the gags, you'd agree with me that it was funny. And the last one on the list, Cheese Sweet Home.
Oh, so adorable. Anime of the year.
God.
Greatest of all time. Go, go, go.
Wait, seriously?
No.
Yeah, I was so bored. I was just interested. Wait,
That's for babies.
is it though?
I don't think this is for I hope not.
I don't know. I mean, it felt not. If it felt like they were trying an international sale. Like they were trying not to make it too Japanese.
Yeah, this seems like a pitch to Nick Jr.
Yeah. But yeah, the CG was great and all that, but I was just so fucking bored.
Yeah, the family didn't seem at all Japanese.
Yeah. That triangle mouth, it's too. You ruined no, you lost all your cuteness with that fucking weird angular mouth that this character has.
Yeah, but it was 3D. It was 3D.
It still had a triangle mouth.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. I think the design is cute. I like.
I don't think it can. I don't think.
I thought she was adorable.
I don't know if it was like Sanrio level fucking toy selling adorable. I think. Yeah, I don't think. And that's it. That's all we checked out. Moving forward, I'm gonna finish Shokugeki no Soma no matter what, because that shit's fucking baller. And then I don't know what I'm gonna watch next. I think.
Yuri on Ice.
Yeah, that's all you. Are we in winter now, or where are we? This was fall, so we must be heading into winter. So there'll probably be a whole new lineup of shows that we won't have time to watch.
Winter 2017.
All that. Oh shit. Yeah, they've got a lineup for spring too, so who knows? So, is there any? When did these? All right. Does it say when these start? January. Okay, winter starts in January.
Blue Exorcist is coming back.
I finished that. That was okay. Yeah. Oh, another one I watched. Oh, I didn't put it on the list. Oh God, Exorcist. Alan Walker. Oh God, what was the name of that fucking show? You know I watched that show.
I don't know what you're talking
Alan, something Exorcist. Alan Walker. You know what? I'm just gonna keep recording because I want to talk about this, but I want to get the name first. D. Gray Man.
Oh.
There was another. All right, first season of fucking D Gray Man came out years ago, and I know before anyone says anything, no one's gonna say anything because no one listens to this shit. Um, I know that it's based on a manga that's been running for years, and I know they can't put everything in the manga in the cartoon. I know that. Um, Let me look up because this is totally entertaining. Let me look up when the first, because I need to know when I watched this show. 2006, I watched the first D Gray Man. Wasn't great, typical fucking shonen action, but it was okay. It was pretty good. That was 10 years ago, and I'm like, oh, they're coming out with another one, D Gray Man Hollow. Oh, I liked D Gray Man. I'll watch this, and it made no sense because they just assumed that you read 10 years worth of D Gray Man in between this and the last show. And it's just, and I went to the forums and people were like, I read the manga. This is great. Oh, I hope they put this part in. And I'm like, I don't read the manga. I just watch cartoons. And it was just, I wrote down that like this is what, if you don't read the manga and watch this is what people who don't watch anime, this is how they see anime. A lot of yelling and killing and backstabbing and flashbacks. A lot of people getting very excited and very dramatic for what appears to be no fucking reason whatsoever. It made no sense.
Yeah, well, then that just says that the show wasn't for the casual watcher. It was for dedicated fans of the series.
Well, I don't understand. I don't. I mean, can you imagine making a show like this? Like, pick a show that's out.
Star Trek? Oh, that's out?
Yeah, a show that's on. I haven't watched TV in so long. But like, you can't make a TV show, broadcast it to the whole country, and say this is only for the people who read the comic. You can't do that. I mean, I can understand if it was like an OVA or something limited, but or maybe it is. I don't know. I thought it was on TV.
Well, yeah. I mean, it's catering to a niche group.
It was the most niche thing I've ever seen in my life. And maybe I'm sheltered. I don't know. But I did watch all of it. And at the end, I was like, I hate anime now. I don't really, but yeah, I just want to put that in because I just remember that I watched that. Okay, so yeah, like I said, we're gonna finish Nanbaka, and Shokugeki no Soma, and we'll just see what happens. Any parting words?
Ciao.
I apologize for the quality of my hentai segment. I really wanted it to be nice.
Oh my good God.
Oh God. Oh no. Parapants is scrolling through the winter 2017, and it looks like Super Lovers is getting a sequel.
Why?
I don't think I can watch that. I think I'm done with Super Lovers. All right. Let me before you scroll anymore. Let me just do a sign off. Say goodbye to the people.
Goodbye, people.
All right. Yeah. Give me the mouse. All right.